My boyfriend had a seizure while driving and I am traumatized. He can't remember. I, F24, was in the passenger seat when my boyfriend, M28, left his parents after joining them for dinner. He has been diagnosed with epilepsy for over a decade, and it has been well managed through medication. Tonight on our drive home, I was having a conversation with him and he was speaking gibberish to me, which made me suggest we pull over before we continue driving. He proceeded to have an absent seizure, dazing out and hyperventilating, and I kept talking him through the driving, despite him not knowing what I was saying. Thankfully, we didn't collide with any cars, hardly any on the road, but we nearly collided with trees and streetlights. I used the emergency brake and he began convulsing and stomping on the gas. It was a fight to keep the car stopped. After these feelings of a near-death experience, I feel so much grief and heavy feelings, but he can't share that with me because he can hardly remember. I feel that although he's listening to me, I'm not being understood the way that would comfort me. I don't know how to feel or move forward from here. TLDR. My boyfriend's seizure nearly got us into a fatal accident, but he doesn't remember anything. I'm still shaken and distraught and feel alone with these feelings. What should I do? What you experienced sounds so frightening. I know how isolating this must feel. And I'm sorry. As someone who has also experienced traumatizing events surrounding a loved one and their epilepsy, I really do understand how you're feeling. My only advice for you would be to seek therapy. Even for just a few sessions. They will be there to listen to you and teach you techniques that will ease the distress this event has caused you. It's very important though that you take time to really process what you went through before trying to just move on. You don't need to rush it. Talking about it with your boyfriend may just trigger you more since he doesn't remember anything. And it could potentially make him feel guilty. For now, take some time to really relax and care for yourself. I promise it will all turn out okay. Epilepsy crisis during the day is a no-no for driving license in most countries. My sister started to have those this year. Her driving license is revoked till she has 1 full year without any day crisis. It was a major issue for her at the time. But those crisis was only the tip of the iceberg. Have him do a full health check. Seek moral support that is not your boyfriend. You did great by reacting the way you did and saved everyone. I feel that although he's listening to me, I'm not being understood the way that would comfort me. He had a medical situation equals he's not the person who should be comforting you. Process this with someone else close to you. Not him. It's not his job to comfort you about his condition. No more driving. First of all, he is a victim in his own right. He is not the one who should be comforting you. You should both go to therapy. But don't think he is the one who should be the one comforting you. He had the seizure. He doesn't even remember it. Imagine how bad he must be feeling. If he had killed you in the accident, he wouldn't even remember what happened and would just awake to his dead GF. He must be feeling terrible at his own loss of control. Yes, you had to deal with it in the moment and he doesn't remember it, so yeah, he wasn't even mentally present enough to empathize. I propose he should see a doctor. Maybe it's become worse? Maybe some medication? And you should go to a psychologist or someone who can help you with your feelings. Good luck. Unfortunately, while he can sympathize, he legitimately cannot empathize what you're feeling. While it is understandable that you want this from him, it is simply unrealistic to attain. I would suggest try to focus less on his emotional reaction, and more on how you can mitigate this in future so you can restore a sense of safety. If that means he no longer drives with you as a passenger. So be it. Taking back the sense of control is very helpful in overcoming the trauma of something like this. Your boyfriend needs to see his doctor again about his epilepsy. Me and my sister both have epilepsy. She had those kinds of seizures when you say a bunch of random stuff and when you come back to reality you don't remember anything. You guys are very lucky he didn't have a full-blown seizure. It's good he's on medication for it, but he might need a EEG to see if he can get a higher dose. Me and my sister take Keppra and I haven't had a seizure in 5 years and my sister has been fine for longer, but he has prescribed. You can't just buy it, his doctor has to prescribe it to him. I have dealt with similar things in the past with a specific family member. Honestly, he is not the person you should be looking for comfort from. Although he can't remember it, he also has to process the fact that his condition that he has had control over for the past 10 years led to both of you in a very dangerous position. It's not his fault whatsoever. But it is still a lot to process and try to understand. You should probably both look for individual therapy. Trying to get comfort from your boyfriend in this situation will never be enough. Nor is it really fair on him. You don't want to end up resenting him for something that is not his fault. I feel that although he's listening to me, I'm not being understood the way that would comfort me. I think you're in the thick of your emotions and not seeing things clearly. Maybe you're feeling a bit angry at him and helpless about the situation because you don't have anywhere to put those feelings. You have to remember that even though your boyfriend can't remember what happened, it's still distressing and scary for him. He might not be expressing that only because this is something he's learned to live with. You need to find someone else to talk to that can help you work out these feelings and not pile on your boyfriend who's also going through a hard time. I don't know how to feel or move forward from here. You go with him to the doctor. Explain what you witnessed, and see if the doctor has recommendations for adjustments in treatment. Not sure what else you're expecting here. You know that after a seizure, the brain goes into the post-ictal phase? The phase is characterized by confusion, drowsiness, headaches, etc. It can last as long as a few hours. I'm not being understood the way that would comfort me. I don't know how to feel or move forward from here. Sounds like you have a lot of feelings and need a bit of hand-holding. Fine. But your boyfriend experienced a medical issue that takes higher priority. What happened is extremely terrifying and I understand that. But it's not his place to be comforting you. He experienced a seizure due to a medical condition. He is not required to comfort you on that. How do you propose he comfort you? He doesn't know what happened. All that'll do is make him feel guilty and powerless. Do you expect him to just say, sorry, I understand, I'm sorry? Quote, he needs a doctor. You need a therapist, like what most people said. Imagine attempting to comfort someone that experienced the same near-death things you did while you have no recollection. Not only do you have to process that you were also near death, the person responsible for the near-death and the fact that you're so is freaking out and expecting more than you can even give yourself. He can't comfort you. It's not his job to comfort you about something he is dealing with still. You definitely need to book a therapist. Even a quick see them twice type thing. He is probably just as traumatized as you are, if not more. Instead of making space for him and space for yourself separately, you're demanding he push himself aside to make space for you, your feelings, emotions and reactions, and comfort you for his disorder. Who is comforting him when he has no recollection of what happened? Do you know how terrified he feels? How do you know that you are not further traumatizing him by making your feelings his responsibility at a time where he can't even process what happened? Sounds like you're blaming him. WTF is he doing driving with epilepsy? He needs to report this and have his driver's license taken off him. Speak to a friend or therapist about the trauma. He didn't experience and actually caused your trauma, so isn't the right person to talk to about this. Epileptic here. He needs to see a neurologist and you need to see therapy. After not having a seizure for many years, I'm not surprised he doesn't remember anything. He is more than likely in a post-ictal state. And he shouldn't be driving anymore. Give yourselves time to recover both mentally and physically. He may end up remembering things. And he is denying it? Like, doesn't happen. I don't remember. Or I don't remember. But I'll do something about it? You sound so fucking selfish. I truly feel for your spouse. I can't imagine going through what he did and expecting to baby you when I had a seizure. Check yourself. You sound entirely self-centered, and I think your BF deserves someone who's going to take care of him and not play victim. He can't control what happened and he isn't the issue. You're messed up in the head. Seek help.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.